was talking about a potential way that you can use level 2 to do some drive gauge damage, which sounds interesting. I go something like, if you get a punish counter DI, you can go, just for maximum burnout potential, right? You can do something like, oh, not that. You can DI, and then you can, like, you know, headbutt, hell stab level 2, or headbutt medium punch level 2, or whatever, off your counter hit DI. That doesn't necessarily matter since it doesn't do the extra damage. But you do this, then you hold the DI, and then you can DI them after the launch, I think they were saying. Yeah, so I mean, that's a lot of drive gauge damage, right? That's, you know, like it's 1.5 bars from the punish counter DI. It's like a solid bar from level 2, yeah, and it's another from the DI, right? So it's like 3.5 bars. Right at the truth moment, so true. So yeah, like this is not a bad idea, honestly. I like this is the general idea that level 2 into another DI is like 2 free bars of drive gauge damage that we can do. That's more than our level 3, right? It's only matched by the CA, essentially. So it's another interesting use. In general, though, I think I want to use more my Goompocalypse today. Yeah, the maintenance is in 6 hours, so it shouldn't get in the way of anything, I don't think. But yeah, my should be out tomorrow, basically. So, Mr. Streamer is late. It's fucking unacceptable. I'll be resubbing shortly. You know, I appreciate it. Apologies for the delay. It's true. I needed to. I was gonna start stream at like 5, and then I needed to go to the bathroom. And let's just say, my peanuts. Well, my butthole. Hello, Beto-san. All right, so let's just take it slow today. You know, let's take it easy. Let's not get too hyper fixated on MR gains or losses. You know, desire is the root of all evil. What's going on, bro? I am doing well. I hope you are as well. Oh god. Yeah. Bonk. DP? No. People are usually relatively DP prone after Zangief's headbutt, but this Terry is a more evolved being than that, I suppose. The chopped nerd. Yeah. I feel like you want to jump. Yeah, well, you know. I had the right idea, but I should have just believed and gone for the anti-air instead of... Oh, I tried to DP, or not DP, SPD him there. DP? What? Thought I crossed him up. I didn't. You know what? Sure. You can do something like this, can't you? Oh god, I think you can do that into a borscht. I wanted to lab that out too, but I missed my my TK, and now bad things have happened to me. I'm gonna die. Yeah. Hope you're doing fine. Hope my cigar and my folks not disturb you. It didn't disturb me. I did forget to respond to it. I apologize. A couple people being jerks is nothing new. Don't worry. It's not gonna ruin anything for me. It's just fun to make fun of them. Ow. And I get a video out of it, so I'm big chilling. Okay. All the crack shoots are -1 block, right? It's dead. I don't know why that's happening so much, but oh well. Oh, thank God there's a gap there. Saves my drive gauge. We'll take it, certainly. Much rather be not burnt out compared to burnt out. If I have to pick. Oh, yeah, knee, not my best whiff punish tool. You gotta be aware of this. Bonk. Perish. You ready to go? I have a philosophical question for you regarding my latest slump. Your latest slump. So true. Now, why do you think poor of the right players as a whole do some small bad eggs? I don't. I have the critical thinking skills to not do that, luckily. They do, I mean, it is true that this is the first community of players that has done something that annoying, but it doesn't mean that every normal high player is a bad person. I don't, trust me. Ow. What's your latest slump, Toby? Let me into your life. Get grabbed also, you fool. Bonk. This is your last right. You know, he's dead to an EX SPD. That's just such a big commitment of drive gauge, potentially. Yeah, I'm glad he gave me an easy way to find it, though. I'm glad he gave me this Terry has been relatively burn knuckle happy, right? Some neutral jumps every now and then are going to be really good for him. Let me guess, the universe is a hologram, and bye go by. Huh? Forgiven, you are such an interesting person, man. You just... I don't know how you see the world, but I think it'd be like looking at it through a kaleidoscope or something. Bonk. Bonk. Grabbed. Oh, he parried too? Amazing. Okay, we have not been SPDing this Terry very often. Let's do our best to change that. Definitely should be letting go of these as soon as we get the armor. Nice. Prank him, John. I've gotten overloaded trying to incorporate too many things at once that I feel like I'm losing my unique special sauce, so therefore is it worth the effort to try and take people's advice at face value and adjust my play accordingly, or is it better to play the way I want to play the game even if it's not optimal, just adapting to what I can within that framework? Yeah, so play in the way that you will find most enjoyable in the long term, and don't focus on too many things at once, for sure, right? Like, I know it sounds simplified, that sounds like I'm oversimplifying it, but it's never a good idea to try and like even if there are like proper like real improvements you could be making to your game, the idea of trying to change everything at once is only going to lead to you failing to change anything and losing sight of what you did right in the first place, right? I keep thinking I'm gonna cross them up. Also, I should definitely start empty jump SPDing this Terry. I'm very surprised that I've not, like, many of these jumps I expected to be cross-ups and they weren't. Right, like, the idea that, oh yeah, there are things you could be changing or improving is probably true. It's true for everyone, right? But yeah, like, one step at a time, right? It's counterproductive in every way to try and reinvent, like, 17 different things about, not just in fighting games, like in anything, right? If you're trying to improve. All it makes you do is it makes you hyper-fixated on all the things you're doing wrong, and also you fail, usually, to fix anything. When that becomes your mindset. I need to start using better air-to-air buttons than JMK. Is there anything you're trying to incorporate with Geef right now? Level 2 and level 1, for sure, still. And then just a general patience, for sure. I think I get impatient and neutral and on defense too often, and that often leads to my demise. Alright, that's an overhead. Alright. No, sir. Oh, Jesus, okay. Okay. Sure. Put him in the infinite. Ow. Ow. Jesus. Keep not being ready for this Terry. This might be too early. Yeah, even if he hadn't jumped, I think I might have been too early. Uh oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, a little bit of panic right there, for example. I'm thankful when people give me advice, but I'm seeing more people now that really just want others to play the game their way. Taking their advice without thinking critically about it isn't going to help. Yeah, I mean, regardless of their intentions behind the advice, right? No one, like, if anyone had, like, the perfect understanding of, like, how to solve the video game, you know, there is no such thing, right? Yes, there are, like, generally accepted good ways, like, good practices and stuff. You're good enough at the game that you don't need to take anyone's word as gospel. You can always think about it, think through it for yourself. What is my air-to-air? JL isn't bad, I guess. Not gonna, like, obviously we have Borscht too. Well, JL didn't quite work out there. Kind of because JMK is a really good. The reason I'm over jumping right now is I'm trying to get this Terry to jump with me, as he has been wont to do, and see what I can use to smack him out of the air. Okay, he's not doing it there. Interesting. DP? No. Bonk. Oh, okay, nice, nice. I did try to check him. A big part of me is feeling like I've lost my aggression in an effort to play more correctly. And if I'm not going into BH, I don't feel like I'm playing the way I want. Yeah, I mean, you can be an aggressive player and still be a very good player, right? Defensive play is not the way necessarily. Look at people like Char and Granblue for a good example of that, right? Very good at the game, also a serial killer. And there's more people like that too, but he's always the standout example in my mind. Ah! Okay. That second standing medium punch, I think. Oh, he's not safe like that. Oh, whoa. I got air-to-aired by crack shoot. Sure. Ow. Air flip out's a little unfortunate, but it happens. Oh. Maybe I'm focusing too hard on trying to air-to-air this turret. Jump. Jump. Any jumpers? Any jumpers? Oh, it's plus there. I did not pay attention to the little sparks. Nope. Anti-airs, though. We got plenty of those. Think he's sticking a leg out into this? Yep. Okay. He's dead. We gotta be a little bit more. Let's stop trying to... Again, I think JL is the air-to-air option. It's just... I guess it's not active for a super long period of time. Maybe JMP? I know you aren't as rash like this, but I just felt incredibly bad since Narmaya already has a stigma, and I was just like, you a while back, I came flipping Zangief and pot. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even having a hard time learning Narmaya. Again, don't worry about me, right? Narmaya has been so far the easiest master climb. Like, it's been twice as fast as anyone else. Like, I understand. I'm getting better. I know how to pick up characters and play. Like, they're not... No one is discouraging me from anything. Don't you worry. It's fun to make fun of people who don't know how to communicate like human beings, essentially. Ow, ow. Oh shit, it's an overhead, right? Like there has been no part of the Narmaya climb that has been particularly challenging so far. Don't you worry. Oh, Parrish, please jump at me. Oh, okay, that kind of counts. Are you dead? Yeah. Okay. Advice is like the seasoning, while the special sauce is the friends made along the way. Yeah, whatever you say, man. Whatever you say, forgiven. I'm sure you've got some reasoning in there. I like if I squint and turn my head, I'm like, yeah, that thing you said makes a lot of sense for sure. It's because Mr. Streamer forgot he has a DP. That's a funny piece of advice for sure. It's like that the correct answer to defense is to reversal more often. Is it the same Terry? No, it's not. It's a different Terry. Let's try and focus on finding a place to level 2 potentially in this. I get a combo. If we can. Let's not force it too much, but yeah. Let's focus on it at least. Oh. Owie. Owie. Quick burn. Lots of Terry's using that. I mean, I guess I should be blocking. It's -5. If I do, get the block. Oh! I recovered in time there. I did not expect a neutral jump to DI though. I did not, was not ready to stop that. Oh, sir. What in the? Meant to wheel kick there, but I messed it up a little bit and got that. Okay, sure. He's burnt. Let's put him in hell, I think. This leaves us outside of like DI range, but this is now like, you know, this is guess for game distance, certainly. Exactly. But yeah, well, silly, yeah. And again, I'm totally fine. I got a nice little clickbait thumbnail title out of it, and I got to make fun of some people. But I'm still having a good time with Narmaya. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Oh. Okay. Is he gonna DI again? Wow. I mean, sure. Yeah. Whatever you say, big guy. Yeah. So we could have done like the level 2 burnout route there, for example. That would have been an interesting idea, right? We actually didn't fully need all of the drive gauge damage that setup does, but. Okay. He is minus after that. Oh, Jesus. Yep. Swept nerd. It's gonna get me, right? Yeah. Body splash. People are being made fun of without me. Am I burnt here? I think so, right? Yep. That's a bit of a problem. Let's not commit level 3 unless we have an obvious inclusion for it. Because, yeah, even if we lose this round, at the very least, we'll go into the next one with some meter. We'll take that. Yeah. I wanted the funny. Okay, yeah, knee. Using knee in close quarters is definitely something I gotta stop too. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Oh no! Okay. I didn't think he'd be. Oh god! I didn't think he'd be in the. Yeah, that I gotta take more throws, especially in the mid screen. It really does not matter at all if he gets thrown, right? Like you just don't take any damage. You take like some damage. You roll. If you back tech, you pretty much always go back to neutral. It's really not a big deal. Yep. In the corner, it's also not. It's also fine to get thrown, but it's even more so. It doesn't even lead to a loop in the mid screen, right? So there's like no reason to be too worried about it. It's a problem. This is a problem. He's just kind of walking back and forth, not really doing too much, but I guess it'll make me a little bit harder. It's gonna make it a little bit harder to react to something if he chooses to do so. He parried. Cool. Do it? Oh, don't worry about me. It was the only thing on my mind. He decided to try and parry the anti-air there, and it led to his demise. What's going on, Avery? We just got started here. Matches are going all right. We're trying to slow down a little bit. It has been done, correct? What's going on, Ophidian? Hello. Ah, no drive rush checking for me. Yeah, so like getting thrown like this in the mid screen, you back roll, he doesn't really get anything off it, right? So I mashed on wake up there, but if I've been like you can reset back to neutral pretty consistently. Goodness gracious. He's been Zangiefed, I fear. Okay. Starry's trying to kill me. You know, this is not what I meant to do, but it works. I meant to do Hell Stab. Okay, you can do Crouching Medium Punch there. Interesting. So there you go. There's a level 1 use. Think about the reason I want to use more level 2 and level 1, because Geef builds so much. They gave... Whoa! I forgot Terry had that move. They gave Geef so many ways to build super over the course of multiple buffs and shit. That it really does feel like a bit of a waste if I only use my level 3 or something like once a match, you know? Oh my lord! Yep, okay, sure. Could I have killed him off the lights there? I could have reset into SPD, but he was mashing on the, he was mashing super in the gap for sure. It's a tough one. Mine is better. Oh no, mine is worse. Okay, DP is fine by me. Doesn't really get too much out of it at the end of the day. He's got such a nice backdash. I feel like I've recently started to notice. Okay, sure. I'll get thrown. What? Gotta be anti-airing this fella a little bit more than we currently are, certainly. Sure, we'll take that. We just don't want to get burnt here if we can help it. Oh god, and nothing else is gonna reach me. That's got way more horizontal range. I tried to sweep him on the way down there. That's got way more horizontal range than I thought it did. Okay, get thrown, nerd. Oh, he's not backticking either. I'm curious. Okay. Perish even, nerd. The My Goom Apocalypse, I'll be there no matter what. Yeah, yeah. She comes out, well, the maintenance starts in 5.5 hours from now. Hello, sir. Would you like to jump at me? Oh, okay. So true. Is he gonna DI again? Oh, no, he's not. Okay, sure. Consecutive repeated neutral jumps is certainly a very interesting philosophy that I've not seen very much before. He really wants to DI my ass. I mean, we can level 3 him here instead of level 2. It'll get the burnout, and it'll get us a lot more drive gauge back, and it'll do a ton of damage. I'm totally fine with this. I think this Terry's gonna reversal super on wake up, though. When he's burnt out like this, even though we don't actually get Oki off level 3. No. Not my best punish. Could have killed him there, certainly. But we'll take it. I thought he was gonna super on minus frames there. Sure. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Keep it nice and simple. Obviously could have got more damage on that punish, but the second time around, it was definitely gonna kill. We'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah, also, yeah, that's an interesting idea for how much. Hold on. Let's take more time in between, especially, you know, now they're gonna be adding, you can go to the replays right away and stuff. I think it's good, especially if we're gonna have a long ranked session like this where we play for several hours. I think it's good to like take breaks in between matches to figure out like little things, even if they're not that important, right? So like this, how much damage is this? This is very easy, right? Doing the level 1 out of crouch medium punch. 32. Is that 3270 or is that 3720? I might have dyslexic to that shit. Oh, apparently it's not that easy. Hold on. Oh. Also, I have to wait too. Yeah, you have to wait for them to be in the sort of crumpling state, right? For them to actually get launched by it. There you go. So this, was that 3270 or is that 3720? 3270, yeah. Okay. Versus, I mean, compared to doing like a regular quote-unquote DI punish, which is something like, I don't know, this, right? Or even if we wanted to spend some drive gauge to make it more comparable, it would be like this, and we get some Oki, right? So it is more damage, and we get the Oki off of it, right? Versus cashing out the level 1 for, you know, no Oki but less damage, or more damage rather. If we're in the corner, I mean, how plus are we off? How plus are we off of level 1? We don't get Oki off of it, but like, how bad is it? Bonk. Bonk. Because he pushes him so far away from himself. Yeah, plus 29. I mean, you can't just like do like an empty drive rush, just 23. So I guess I do get some Oki off it, huh? Right? Because yeah, you know, I'm plus. If I drive rush up and stop it right away, I'll be plus 6. I assume so, right? The math works out that way anyway. Like if I do this. Oh, right, yeah. Again, we have to delay it long enough that they're in that sort of on their knees state. Yeah, so they get launched like that, right? It's also good practice for this, yeah, doing the double quarter circle out of crouch medium punch, which is something we're gonna have to learn to do, certainly. If I just like do this. Plus 3, I mean, still, we can that means we can hit a media and he can't mash, right? At the very least with a light. So that's not nothing, right? It's worse Oki, definitely, than doing something like this, right? Which is less damage, but we get like an auto-timed meaty headbutt, so. But, you know, for a little bit of a cash out, how much drive damage does level 1 do? So he's got like 2/3 of a drive bar there. Let's move him up a little bit so he doesn't just get burnt out by the DI again. Ooh, okay. Goodness, again, gonna need to, not super used to doing the double quarter circle out of crouch medium punch, because that's my problem with not using these in my combos very often. That's like half a drive bar. That's not the worst, right? Yeah, I mean, level 1 he's an interesting boy, right? I think probably the real spot for him is just like, a lot of people do like to jump back once, like when they if they start getting like blown up by SPD a lot, they don't neutral jump a lot of the time, because neutral jump can get borsted very easily. They tend to try to jump back, right? And I think that's like, it's cases like that where, like, if I set Ryu on block to back jump, backward jump, right? And if we also set him to forward or to neutral jump, I guess let's do all of them, yeah, because people don't forward jump very much in neutral, I feel like, when they're on block, but I am curious. So if we have all of these, right? So if he vertical jump is the easiest one, right? Because then we can just read it and borscht him, right? Very easily. Or we can even do like the headbutt borscht, like the whole thing, right? People tend to not do this very often, like if it seems like they can, we can even like anti-air like this super easily and everything, right? We can also lariat this, like neutral jump is definitely the worst option, right? Forward jump's a little bit more tricky, I think, just because, I mean, you can still certainly smack them down. You can also still certainly borscht them, right? It's just, it can be a little strange sometimes. Like if you're a little late, right? If I react to them jumping a little late, I could potentially get crossed up or something. But even this, right, is not, yeah. Geef will just, like, the collision box is very generous in this game. Like, you will just block them. And worst case, even if they do fully jump over you, you can, well, not, hold on. You can wait until Lariat side corrects and do this and get Oki, right? But yeah, so it is people usually will back jump, because that's the one that I found. You can still try and chase them, but it's a little bit harder sometimes, especially if it's like from like a bit of a greater distance where you got the plus frames. Like if it's like something like this, right? Like if we're getting, if we're trying to like tick throw here, right, and they back jump, it can be a little bit harder to chase, exactly, right? It'd be a little bit harder to chase that down with a regular jump borscht. If we're point blank like this, we're pretty much always good. But if we're spaced out a little bit further, suddenly it gets a lot harder. But this is still, like, this is, you know, we're plus enough to SPD after this, right? This thing is +1 or 2 on block or something? I think it's +2. I forget. But yeah, like, even, you know, out of the drive rush or something, like, if we're plus enough to SPD but they jump. This, I believe, is sort of where the use case for level 1 is, right? Yeah, because, like, it launches at that exact angle to catch these back jumps. And it does 3,500 damage when you hit it raw, which is just insane. So I think, like, I definitely should think about level 1 a little bit more often. But I think it's mostly used for the callouts like that, right? For these people who back jump a lot, which is it gives me a lot of trouble a lot of the times. Like I vividly remember matches where I have just been trying to chase someone down in the mid screen, and they just keep doing this, right? And I can't really, like, I'm not really getting a lot of reward out of trying to follow them or anything like that. More so, I think in combos we're trying to incorporate this this level 2 guy, right? It is the same kind of idea, though. Like, it is always, you know, it's crouch, medium punch into level 2. We can do hell stab, it's technically better, but it's just, yeah. I find doing, oh, what the hell, I can't even do it anymore. Yeah, I find doing the 3 into the quarter, into the double quarter circle much more annoying than doing the crouch medium punch, right? That's the whole reason they gave Geef that buff, where headbutt is +8 on regular hit now. So you can go headbutt into this, and then off of that, you can go into a super. Even that, as you can see, oh boy, even that I'm not amazing at, there we go. But it is certainly easier, and with practice it'll become quite easy. Oh yeah, on the topic, actually not on that, I guess on the topic of some extensions you can do off of it, and in a similar vein, we can do this into TK Borscht, right, for wheel kick in the mid screen. I've usually been going for Oki instead. But yeah, you can do that, and that's 4570. That's pretty good. Like if we if we want to get a big damage mid screen punish, right, we can do something like that. Alternatively, we can also like do the same thing out of level 2, right? Do this, hold them, and then drive rush heavy kick, and ooh, can you not? Maybe it's hell stab as well, just so you're a little bit closer to them. Probably a similar idea, right? Bonk. Yeah. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I'm just doing a little level 2 training mode ramble here. Don't mind me. Yeah, I really do. I gotta figure out. You want to use the down input as the start of your double quarter circle, basically. Right? I think I can hell stab, then do that. I think it works. I think it's just a little finickier out of the level 2 for sure. Yeah, there we go. Thanks for giving. All right, so hold on. Hell stab, heavy. Oh, heavy kick. Maybe not. Maybe I need to. Funny enough, it feels like I need to walk back a little bit before I hell stab, right? Because this I imagine is probably the most damage you can do off a level 2 in the mid screen, right? Is getting the hell stab into the heavy kick into the borscht. It should be more damage than doing the borscht directly, right? So let's see here. In fact, let me do. Let's just do one of these. I need the practice doing the input for sure, but just for the sake of iterating a little faster. Yeah, so it's a little, the timing on it's a little strange for sure. It's almost like I want to like not walk forward, but hell stab will miss if I do that. To walk forward a little. Oh, we do want a health stab though. Yeah, like that's the strange part, right? It's like if we walk forward too much, it's like we drive rush too far forward. But there, we can do that. That is 3890, really, versus what is it just doing this? Well, let's do the EX Borscht just to compare favorably. 3790, so it is more damage. It is more damage, right? What about just doing this, though? Oh, like just doing health stab into Borscht. Is that more damage? Yes, it is. Okay, yes. I mean, it's not even really worthwhile to do off level 2, I see. I mean, maybe raw? Raw might be there might be a difference between doing it raw and doing it out of a combo, just because the scaling will be different. So there, health stab Borscht is now 3930. Raw OD Borscht is now 3790, and doing the little strange fella. Oh, if I can do him. Is 3890. Wait, well, raw was the second most, right? Like just doing it straight up into. I forget the numbers. I have to write them down. 3890. Oh no, yeah. So it is more. It's still more damage to always to do health stab Borscht right away, huh? Like the heavy kick is not adding enough right there. Yeah. Seems like the scaling doesn't change it too much. Cool. Yeah, like in general, right? Like a lot of times there can be moments where like we barely miss a kill. Like where we like honestly like this Ryu at this health could be like a pretty interesting use case of that, right? Not chatting because it's almost my nap time. Don't worry about it. The Street Fighter streams tend to be a little bit more chill anyway. Like we could do something like this and level 2, right? Oh wait, no, actually didn't I hold on a second. Did I not discover that it was the most damage as jackhammer out of this shit because of the minimum scaling by the time we get this deep into the combo? I think I labbed this out and forgot about that. I think so, right? It's again assuming we don't have level 3 for the kill, or assuming we don't need to spend level 3 to get all that damage. Wasn't it something like that? Like it was actually the most damage to just jackhammer this guy? I remember that labbing? Yeah, I think so, right? I'm like reinventing the wheel here when like all this like unnecessary like it's because of how deep we are into the super. You'll notice like supers have it's doing 40% minimum damage, but then like as we go deeper and deeper, all these things are getting scaled, right? Whereas again, level 2 can only do a minimum of 40%. So yeah, I think it is just the most
very good.
Shit like
this person is incredibly smart.
Bonk, right? 4K? That's pretty damn good, and that's a lot more than we could otherwise get. What's going on, Nichols? Or if we just did this, that's like it's adding a whole 1K onto the damage. So. Also, Avery, thanks very much for the resub, the 2 months. Forgot to redo my heckin' subscription here. Here you go. Support for the brick. Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. All right, but yeah. Anyway, that's just a little re-upping that labbing, I guess, because we did that at the start of the last session last week, but we didn't actually do too much of it in real matches. So still good to try and actually incorporate that in some way.